Hey guys, I'm Jackie. I'm a trans girl, kind of new to YouTube, and I don't make videos very often, but I was recently reading a book called Operation Columba, um, and I want to tell you guys today, if you'll give me the time, a story about pigeons, hawks, the people that love both of them, and how all of this is tied together into espionage in World War II. So, as you might expect, our story will begin at the espionage organization, the NPS in Britain. Oh, sorry, you don't know what that stands for? That is the National Pigeon Service. Yes. There was experimentation with pigeon espionage in World War One because they're actually very good because they have a really good homing instinct. So you can make them go away. You can breed them so you could drop them like hundreds and hundreds of miles away, and they'll actually come back to you. So it was so good that they established a service in Britain for pigeon espionage. So let me break it down for you. We got World War II, right? Classic war. If I do say so myself. So you got Britain, you got France, and you got Germany. Right off the bat, Germany takes over France, right? So you got this going on. So France is like, oh no, something French. And Britain's like, okay, we got to do this stuff. You guys know the story. It's classic. It's a classic will they, won't they of atomic war, I guess. So Britain's like, hey, let's take a pigeon. Let's just kind of literally take planes and airdrop pigeons into France, like in carriers. And on the pigeons are tiny little canisters with tiny little sheets of rice paper, a little bit of birdseed, so the pigeons don't go hungry, and a survey that says, hey, French people, I know that you guys aren't German, and, like, if you just happen to want to tell us, like, I don't know, maybe where we should drop bombs, where all the supply lines are, that would be really cool. So they drop these pigeons, and of course there's a risk, and it escalates exponentially as you get into the war, of Germans finding the pigeons and sending false information. But there's a lot of really good information on these pigeons. French people are like, we don't like being occupied by Germany. Sure, we're going to send the pigeons away. And it got so bad that it got to a point where, to kind of summarize, pigeons were executed in these wars. It was serious, man. They were getting a lot of information. You can read more about that in the book. But what I want to talk about today is how eventually Germany just could not deal with executing all of these pigeons, right? There are a lot of pigeons. They're just like all over, right? You got all these pigeons over here. They're in France. They're like taking the enemy. So what Germany does here is Germany goes, I wish we could kill these pigeons. You know what's really good at killing pigeons? Hawks are really good at killing pigeons. So France starts getting hawks. They literally have teams of German soldiers that are professionally trained to like go out with these squads of hawks to hunt pigeons. So now you have escalation, right? Now you have the pigeons in here, and you got all the hawks over here, and literally you have escalation. But here's where it really gets funny. So let's go back to Britain, right? Britain's got these pigeons coming back, right? But Britain's like, wait, what if some of these are German pigeons? Like, we messed with Germany so bad that what if they're taking our idea and they're using German pigeons and they're really coming to spy on us? So then Britain's like, okay, well, we'll get hawks. We'll also get hawks, right? So now you got hawks on here. You got British hawks. You got German hawks. You got British pigeons. There weren't actually any German pigeons, but they were very paranoid about that, so they didn't know that. But then there's a big fight, right? Because up until now, like, another really cool thing about this whole pigeon thing is there are a lot of people that own pigeons. Like, they're called pigeon fanciers, which is the most British thing I've ever heard, right? And they're all happy that their pigeons are helping contribute to the war machine. And then the hawk people, though, are like, man, these pigeons, they've been... Well, the pigeon owners are like, man, we hate hawks. Like, we've always hated hawks, because the hawks go around and kill our pigeons. But the hawk owners are ecstatic that we're using the pigeons. But sure enough, the hawks do start killing the British pigeons. Meanwhile, the hawk owners were like, those pigeons, they've been getting the privilege all this time. We're hawk people. We want our hawks to run around free. Who cares if they kill pigeons? Screw the pigeons. So now that you got this internal conflict, this war, you have pigeons multiplying, you have hawks multiplying. The hawks are killing the British pigeons, the German pigeons are killing the British hawks. I don't think that's right, but yeah. So you can see how this escalates. And then it ended with D-Day. I don't actually know. No, that's kind of it. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Thank you all for joining me in this story of Pigeon-Hawk escalation in World War II. Check out Operation Columba. It's a really cool book about pigeon espionage. And if you're into that kind of stuff, you'll like it. Bye!